In this exercise, we will see how to create a table view, is one of the most important UI element, and how to design a cell without writing a single line of code. So you don't need to know what is UI table view controller, UI table view delegate, UI table view data source, your callbacks, nothing. We'll see how to create a static cells inside your application without writing a single line of code. So what I'll do, I don't want this scene, so I'll select the scene, I'll say delete. So I've deleted the scene. So whenever you don't want any scene, you can select that particular scene and say delete. Now here I will create the UI table view controller. So I'm using UI table view controller, not UI table view. So when I click a UI table view controller, I'll get table cells. Okay, I'll connect the tab bar controller to the table view controller, which says view controllers, and I'll set the items to the apps and apps.png. Now, when you create a table view, it creates a prototype cells. Now, prototype cells are basically dynamic cells. So when you design a prototype cell, you have to write a corresponding code in your controller where the data will be mapped from the controller to the cells. But suppose you don't want to write any code, you want cells to be static, like a prototyping. So you have your table view, you select your table view from your document tree in your app scene. Instead of saying dynamic prototypes, you can say static cells. So when you define static cells, it creates this section, and table view section will tell I have 3 rows with headers and footers. So you say I want to design as of now single row. So when you select the cell, it tells you the cell property. So in table section you will have cell. The cell has style, remember, default, subtitle. So instead of doing custom, I'll say I'll have basic. So when you have basic, you remember you have text label. You have only single label. So what I'll do, I'll write my name. I'll say Priyank Ranka. Okay, so you have designed a cell with your name. Now I'll run my application. So when I run my application, I get cell with one cell with Priyank Ranka. Suppose you want to design your label, so you select your label. You can change your font size, you can change your color, you can say bold, you can define your alignment. So you can change your label property the way you want, right? If you want to change the color of your cell, you select your cell. You have a background color property for your cell. You can put the cell color as, say, red. Now suppose you want to create another cell. So you copy your cell, say Command C, Command V. So you can keep on copying your cell. You can change the property of the cell. You say I want to write light color. You can change the background color to say anything. You can change the content by saying Nimap Infotech. Wow, isn't it great? I can change the color to something else. I'll say I want different color. I'll say storyboard. I'll select the new cell. I'll change the color to say, and I'll say Apple iOS 8.0. Wow. Now I run the application. Wow, now that's really very beautiful. I didn't wrote any code and I got the output. Wow. So I can create static apps for my presentation and give them the output ASAP. So in next exercise, we'll try to custom the cells with the layout of your app store, and we'll try to run the application.